Hey, everybody. Crazy moment that we have right here. Is the Civil War starting right now? It's quite maybe you have a situation there on the in Texas at Eagle Pass where the Texas National Guard has kicked out Biden's agents. He's kicked out the federal agents. And I wonder, is Biden going to leave that? So he has immediately filed suit. But I want you to watch this right here. This is pretty interesting. This is the actual moment that was caught where this is the Texas National Guard turning around Department of Homeland Defense, I believe. Biden's agents, you can see they let him pull in and turn around. So you have armed National Guards. Now, this should have been done a long time ago, right? Most of us think. 3 years ago at least. Should have been done when Obama first was doing this stuff. Border has been just open for the longest time. But you can see here, and then they turned them around. So Eagle Pass, which is, as I understand, federal property, has been taken over by the National Guard in Texas, and they are they're shutting it down. They're putting up the razor wire. They're kicking the feds out. So the question here for me, my big question is that going to then are the feds going to come back with guns? So now the Texas governor has finally taken a stance, and I say finally because gosh, it's been years. So here is the mayor. This is the mayor of the city in Texas talking about it. He put out this, but I feel like it's pretty important that we see it and have it down here on video. But here he talks about this happening last night. He's going to start talking in a minute, but you can see those are National Guard trucks, and they put up the fence there, and people are not able to come in and out.
Good evening, citizens of Eagle Pass in Maverick County. This is your mayor, Rolando Salinas. I'm here with Chief Cardona of Eagle Pass Fire Department. And the reason that we're here at Shelby Park this evening is because we want to give some information to the community. As a mayor, I always try to be transparent. I always want to inform our people of what's going on. And I'd like to tell you what's going on here. As you can see, there's a gate here at Shelby Park. And I want to inform the city of Eagle Pass that this morning I received a phone call from DPS, Mr. Victor Escalon of Texas DPS, that starting today, the governor of Texas, the state of Texas, coming from the governor, they are taking full custody of Shelby Park. Of course, that is not a decision that we agreed to. This is not something that we wanted. This is not something that we asked for as a city. I want to make that clear. I received that phone call from Texas DPS. They were stating that they have an emergency declaration from the state, from the governor, and they're using that declaration to take full custody of Shelby Park. I know that citizens, y'all are gonna have questions if you see this gate right here, also in other parts of Shelby Park. So I just want to keep you all informed. Again, this is something that the city didn't sign up for. I also spoke to General Seltzer, and I believe it was Lieutenant Colonel Martin that informed me of the situation. Our legal team has been informed of what's going on here. Our city administration, our city council has been informed. Our legal team is looking into what's going on just to make sure that Everything is being done in a legal manner. I asked, why this operation? They tell me that it is, of course, the mission is to prevent illegal, undocumented people from crossing into Eagle Pass. As you know, weeks ago we had thousands of people crossing. The last few days they've been better, but in talking to the state, they say that their mission is to prevent another mass amount of people from crossing. So now they have this operation. So I just want to educate the people, because if you come down here, then they will be denying access. Again, this is not the city of Eagle Pass denying people access to the park. This is the state saying that using that emergency declaration, they have this mission going on. When asked how long this mission will take place, they tell me that it is indefinitely. They couldn't give me a time. So again, this is just the city of Eagle Pass being transparent, letting you guys know what's going on in the situation. I'm sure you'll hear about it tomorrow. And that's it for now. But we're going to keep doing everything in our power and from the city to keep the people safe. Right now, everything is under control. We just thought that it was important for the people to know what is going on. We'll add more information and keep everybody updated. So you all have a good evening. Good night. God bless.
So there we hear from the city mayor there, and I'm going to play some more stuff here. But obviously, just telling us how what is going on there. We have here. I have the. This is what the report that was sent. To I think to Biden. Yeah, this is it right here. So the informed that the Texas National Guard would not allow any transport units to pick up subjects under the port of entry. I mean, what is going on down here anyway? I mean, thank God that Governor Abbott is actually doing something. I mean, like, we have a wide open border. We have an election in less than a year. I can only imagine, you can only imagine it as well. I mean, we're all in the same boat about what that is going to look like. So if I read this a little bit, I'm just going to kind of read it out loud here to you guys. The agents would have to walk the migrants to Loop 480 to transport them. I mean, these poor people, to bring them in illegally, we'd have to walk around to the Shelby Park for further processing. Loop 480 is a 2-story industrial highway where there is not a lot of safety to intake migrants. So what we have here, guys, is, in my opinion, and I think most opinion of everybody, all the patriots out there, is we have an illegal entry going on. Millions and millions and millions of people have been let in here. We're winning and losing elections by razor thin margins. And I just, we have to contend with, of course, the mail-in ballots. We have to contend with the electronic voting machines. I call them the magic electronic voting machines. And we have to contend with the tens of millions of people who have entered the country. And though they may have entered illegally, now that they're here, they have legal status. They have been given legal status, from what I understand. I'm no lawyer, but additionally, on January 11th, this says, 2024, Border Patrol agents in a vehicle following a boat were denied access to Shelby Park, where the boat ramp is located. Attached is a declaration, the photographs they have here. Within the 2.5-mile block by TNG, there are multiple entry points, all of which are now blocked. TNG is the Texas National Guard. Texas National Guard has deployed armed soldiers and vehicles to block Border Patrol agents from access of the river by passing through entry points in the federal border barrier, which is sometimes referred to as the border wall, the Great Wall that was and wasn't by the public. When standing at the border barrier, agents are unable to see the river. Historically, Border Patrol was able to access the land between the river and the border barrier via gates or specific road access through that barrier. In addition, attached, they have another declaration, photographs On January 11, 2024, I spoke to Texas. This is the report, I believe, that was given to Biden. I spoke to the Texas Department from his agents of Public Safety, and the regional director advised me that the position of the state of Texas through the National Guard that it will not allow the Border Patrol or the DOD, Department of Defense, personnel who support Border Patrol into the approximately 2.5-mile stretch along the national border near Shelby Park in any operational capacity. I was further advised that Texas does not want the Border Patrol to be able to arrest, process, or transport migrants out of the identified areas. And when they talk about identified areas, guys, here's what they're talking about. Look at this madness. This is insane. What's going on here? I'm going to play that again. Or maybe I hit something. Again, take a look at that. Person getting all kinds of pops here, right and left. Texas residents, citizens have not gotten any messages on their phone. Of course, they get messages on their phone for all kinds of other stuff. Interesting. I'll tell my friend, oops, betraying, that came out. That meant interesting is what I meant. So now we have a situation. Now here's a funny thought. Do you think that, and I'm going to share some more stuff here, but do you think that now that the military is going to go to the border? Do you think the border is going to go to the military now? And this is what I'm talking about as far as if civil war is going to break out. So if we now have armed National Guards there, and of course we're going to have armed agents coming in wanting to take back over the border. And what are they taking back over the border for? They're taking back over the border to let people in illegally. So again, even if once they're here, we grant them status, and that's what Cortez, girlfriend there, whatever her name is, she goes by AOC, is always talking about. No, they're legal. Well, yeah, sure, they're legal once they're here in process, but they're coming illegally. We have a process that you're supposed to come through, completely unvetted, and able to get in here is just absolutely, in my opinion, unacceptable. I think your opinion as well. So fresh off the press, the U.S. Supreme, here, I'll read this to you as well. Let me just present this. This is U.S. Files. Boom. This is just fresh off the press. That happened in the last 30 minutes or so. You have the Supreme Court of the United States, the Department of Homeland Security et al. Applicants. It's the state of Texas. Supplement memorandum, all that mumbo jumbo. Basically, they are taking Texas to the Supreme Court to take back over the border and keep allowing people in illegally. Why do you think that they want the illegals to come in here so bad? I can see most of the comments, so if you guys comment, for some reason, I'll try to keep an eye on. But I'm just a little bit playing devil's advocate here. But why do you think that they want all of these people to come in here illegally? I mean, they just told us yesterday that Hezbollah was going to attack on our homeland. And of course, right? I mean, they're here and we're making everybody up all set. John says, no, that is lib narrative. We reject the violence and the war categorically. The Guard will do what they were sent there to do. I'm not trying to be a liberal narrative, my friend John Guinness. I am just saying, this is how civil wars start. I'm not saying go get your guns and do it, but this is how it starts. You have two armed factions fighting over control of a border. That's how it starts. I'm not trying to make a narrative here. I'm just saying it like it is. So it'll be pretty interesting if we end up with the Border Patrol finally down there. We have the Houthis, of course. The Houthis, they have again, the pretty interesting situation. They took back over their ship. So a year ago, the U.S. commandeered the Saint. It was called something else. It was called. I'll tell you here in a minute. It was called the Suez Rohan. It was full of oil. They took it over and said, "This is ours now. You guys are in violation of the sanctions that were put on them." I'm sure they will. But this is Iran taking back the boat. It's now called the St. Nicholas oil tanker. Just really hot off the press within the last hour. I went live now. Lots of stuff going on here. This is money too. See how the markets are reacting to all this. I stand with Texas too, Poppy Star. Finally, they're doing something. So, and you have the Houthis, and the Houthis, this is a third world country over there in Yemen. We bombed the heck out of them yesterday. But you guys got to realize these people have nothing to lose. This is them today. But they're saying we don't care what you do. Wait, here we go. Here this one. Here we go. It's that whole adage of people have nothing to lose. Okay? Nothing have nothing to lose, but kind of, they actually didn't kill anybody. They just they haven't killed anybody. Yet. We just killed some people, though, last night, so I'm sure things will rack it up. They attacked another boat about an hour ago, another ship, realized it was a Russian ship. From what I understand, then, of course, they backed off. But, guys, we're going to be spread pretty thin here pretty quickly, I think, if and that's so the now they're going to file the suit there in the Supreme Court. It is filed. The Supreme Court will probably, I don't know what they'll do. They'll probably emergency hear it. It will be pretty interesting what they come up with. But I kind of feel like we're at a point where the Texas governor, who God bless him, why would you let all those people in illegally? His voters want him to stop. The world wants him to stop it. We want him to stop it, so we did. But it'll be interesting to be seen if they stand down. And if they don't stand down, regardless of what the Supreme Court does or doesn't do, what is Biden going to do? Is he going to? Is he not going to send in? Are we going to see some Clinton type stuff where they send in the armed people and start blowing people up? Remember that? Janet Reno. They blew up everybody, man. They killed them all. It was just horrible what they did there. Killed all those people. So this is how civil war starts. Obviously, I am a peaceful guy. I always want peace, but this is how it happens. And that's it, guys. I just wanted to put it all together here so that you had something you could look at with all of the information, and I had something that I could share with all the information, showing that the Border Patrol was turned around. DHS is filing charges, in the Supreme Court. God bless Texas. I'll tell you, I was just there. I was in Fort Worth, Dallas, and the guy told me, he goes, "Bruce, I'll tell you what." He goes, we might just continue that border. We might just continue that border wall all the way around on the north side too. He said, that's how pretty much all of us feel about it over here. And that's how a lot of people feel. So pray for the country. people have to do the right thing. We got to do the right thing. We got to stand up for each other. There's still over 160 people in jail for January 6th. Absolutely an abomination. Now, of course, you have the DOJ coming out, and they are threatening to go after more people. And the Republicans should go to the border and register every single person coming in to the GOP. You're right. You're right, Brian. You are correct. A lot of them, though, and a lot of them, they come for all kinds of different reasons. A lot of them, a lot, guys, a lot. They've been telling us there were 11 million illegal people in this country for as long as I've been paying attention, and that's a pretty long time. And now we, of course, I mean, there's probably 50 million people. They're saying 15 million or so have entered since Biden. You can imagine Obama probably did the same. Another 15 or so came in when Obama and Trump slowed it down, of course. But I would imagine that we've had about 50 million people that have entered illegally over the last few decades, 20, 30 years. Then they tell you guys not to have kids. Tell our daughters, hold off, go get a job. Anyway, that's it, guys. Just wanted to put it all together for you. Cheers.